Islam. Peace to the Moorish Americans. Praise Allah. Honors to the Prophet. Prophet's birthday. Honors to you Moors who celebrate the Prophet Noble Jew Ali and his birthday. We give honors to all Moorish Americans who follow the Prophet Noble Jew Ali. But they're rare. They're far. They say few and far in between and all them good things. Yeah, it's not good. Those who actually follow the Prophet Noble Jew Ali and practice his principles and embed them in their character to be seen by other citizens of the United States of America or of the world is rare. So for the Prophet's birthday, as a gift, give him yourself. Give him your time to study his lessons, his instructions, so that you can embed those principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice in your character. Understand that the leadership or administrations may not be the best example. Use the Prophet as your example and use his literature as your guide. Last year, you made a comment, and it started something, seeing Moorish Americans on Prophet Noble Jew Ali's birthday and the inactivity of the Moorish American community and society. So over the last year, we launched a book, The Moorish Guide, Introduction to Moorish American Studies, for the assistance of those who want to be Moorish Americans. Not those who want to talk about a whole bunch of other stuff that don't have nothing to do with Moorish Americans, but those who want to be Moorish Americans. And how do you practice being Moorish American? There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of literature out there that is false about what a Moorish American is and how a Moorish American acts and how to actually practice being a Moorish American, how to proclaim your nationality. It's a lot of fraud. It's a lot of fraud, to be honest with you. So I give honors to those Moors who are not fraudulent. There's few out there, and they're not fraudulent. And we give honors to those who honor the Prophet, not just in costume, because that's what you see most of the time, costume. Moors dress up for the Prophet's ball. They dress up, period. But their character is off. Make sure you give the Prophet his birthday present, a good character, sound mind, so that he can build his organization through his literature. The confusion is out there is being caused by those who never were trained in the teachings of the Moorish Science Temple of America and Prophet Noble Jew Ali by qualified adepts, sheiks, or grand sheiks. You now have a lot of people making up their station and saying they're grand sheiks and national grand sheiks. And I even seen somebody call themselves Supreme Grand Sheik. Unfortunately, it is only one Supreme Grand Sheik in this country, and it's Braswell Bay. And I say unfortunately because of the situation with the confusion of it. You have those who vie for national, but there was never a position. The only one that's actually trying to hold the position of Supreme Grand Sheik is Braswell Bay. There is no such thing as a national Supreme Grand Sheik, period. Just like there's no such thing as a Grand Governor. I'm here in the state of California as a Governor Emeritus, because I don't claim none of this stuff. I'm just trying to make sure Moors understand this, how to be Moorish American. As a Governor Emeritus, I'm here to tell Moors how the citizens, the Moorish Americans, how to maneuver with or around their officials inside the Moorish Science Temple of America and their fraudulent administration. If you're in the state of California, you have two people vying for the state governorship, Cynthia Smith Bay and Charles Jones Bay. Both of them have buildings. Charles Jones Bay haven't done anything in the building for 2 years. I've been by to see the building and have eyes on the building, and there hasn't been anything done. Cynthia Smith Bay is running the trade post out of the building in Southern California and having temple meetings there. But there is no national grand chief, and there is no such thing as grand governor. So until they get their stuff together, the state of California is up for grabs for more craziness. So Moorish Americans in the state of California have to link up, join together, form networks, and despite your leadership, work together as Moorish Americans in the state of California. You have other people who doing work in different cities. Everybody represent their city. Jones Bay really just represent Eureka. Cynthia represents LA, but they both say they represent California. Fine, y'all work together and be governor and lieutenant governor. Fine, get some work done. You got Booth Thiel working out of Oakland. He say he the national supreme grand sheik. There's no such thing. How did he even get appointed grand sheik in the first place and then jump to national? That's a question that needs to be asked by everybody who follow him. It's just the facts. And then look at your charter and then look at my name. Just think about it, because it's a lot of confusion, a lot of people who are frauds in what they're saying. And it's time to clear up the confusion. That's why we put the book out. And that's why we're making this statement a year later, because we've actually talked to these people, went and seen others, and we see the conditions of the state of California. In the state of California, this State of the Union is horrible. So as Moorish Americans in the state of California, y'all have the duty to set things right. Period. There is no convention of Moorish Americans if everybody's not coming together. That actually have a building. Like I said, Cynthia down south have a building. Jones Bay have a building. She's active, he's inactive. And y'all Moors who are paying into this stuff, make sure you get what you need out of your officials. If you with Jones Bay, y'all need to be trying to get in this building and trying to figure out what y'all can do. Otherwise, y'all dumb and helping him commit fraud. This is just the reality for my state. And then you other Moors who get influenced by these people in this state committing fraud, I have to warn you as an official of the Moorish Science Temple of America and a good Moorish American citizen. The Moorish Science Temple of America is right. The Prophet Noble Jew Ali is right. The administrations are corrupt and wrong. The majority of them. Most people don't want to follow the Prophet Noble Jew Ali. They just want to follow what they think is the Prophet Noble Jew Ali to get over on some type of law that they think the European is putting on them. And it may be that the European has put them up, but they're not using the proper legal procedures to get out of the situation. And then they're misleading other people to get financed so that they can live a facade or show a facade that they live a certain way. Y'all are financing the confusion and the corruption and your downfall when you follow these people and give finances to these people who are misleading you. The Moorish Science Temple of America is not a nonprofit organization. We have a nonprofit, we have a bunch of nonprofit organizations across the country, but the Moorish Science Temple of America is not it. So if your Moorish Science Temple of America is a nonprofit, that's a fraud. If you're saying you grand governor, you're a fraud. If you're saying you the national supreme grand sheik, you're a fraud. I will no longer sit by and allow y'all to just say what you think you can say because nobody knows. I've achieved the highest positions in the Moorish Science Temple of America besides sitting on the Supreme Grand Council. Therefore, I have the authority to say that y'all are fraud, and I can prove it. I won't go into it now, but I can prove it. All you have to do is listen to what I'm telling you. These people are frauds in their actions. Some of them have somewhat of a good character. I could vouch for Cynthia's intentions in trying to do right. Booth Hill was questionable. Jones Bay is extremely questionable. This is through my personal experience and the fact that All of them came. The reason why we put the picture on the cover, because all of them came through me, and none of them actually finished the process. This is just the honest truth. This is the facts. But Braswell Bay, because he wanted power in the state of California, which he no longer has, not even from the other group, wanted them. So he used them to go against their Grand Sheik, which was me at the time. This is the problem. This is the confusion. But it's over for those who want it to be over. For those who want to keep it going, keep financing your falsehood, your fraud. You will be liable for it and you'll be accountable for it. You can't go telling people, oh, well, I didn't know. Yeah, it's announced. There was a warning. There's a caveat. Prophet Noble Jew Ali Sheiks do protect his movement. So for those in the state of California, around it, across the country, who are influenced by these people in this state, who say they represent the republic, the national government, it's fraud. It's fraud. I actually accepted a position in education as the head of education to teach everybody in Jones Bay's group. When I start to teach the people, I realized he was not teaching the people correctly. So I had to set up the institution to teach the people. We have that institution and we're teaching the people. That's what we did over the last year. While Moors be talking, we're establishing the institutes and other things that are needed, the products and services that Moors really need, because what's being offered is fraud. You know, I'm not putting my hands in your pocket because I don't want your funding. It's corrupt. My audience is different because their hearts are different. I want corruption to stop. You stop your corruption, we can work together. Just tell people who you are, where you come from. They can work with you. But this is what they need to look out for. These are the only options you got. The Prophet Noble Charlie said he built this organization on the backs of snakes and scorpions, and it seems like it's still that way, but not all of us. So once you know the truth, you know the Prophet, then you can go into these people, you can go into these organizations that say they represent Prophet Noble Ali, say they the Moorish Science Temple of America, whether they be nonprofit or for-profit or whatever they're trying to say, but they're using the Prophet's name. You go in and tell them what it really supposed to be, because you're a Moorish American with knowledge. Otherwise, you're not noble, you're a peasant. And that's the problem. You can't be a Moorish American and be a peasant. Have a peasant state of mind, poverty state of mind. With that,
It is true about your nationality.